Hello and welcome to Coffee Talk, the place where we have amazing conversations and we share inspiring stories. I'm thrilled to introduce my next guest. She is an inspiring person, individual in the circuit of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Her name is Magda Loska. She's a black belt and an amazing competitor and also an amazing coach. And without further delay, let me introduce you to Magda. Hi Magda, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Can you tell our followers and the people who are listening, who are you and what do you do?
Okay. So, actually, I'm doing a lot of things in my life, but most of them I'm focused on Jiu-Jitsu, on my Jiu-Jitsu career. I love to compete, and I love to teach, I love to train. I'm doing this more than 17 years.
Wow.
I'm also engineer navigator, so I graduated Maritime University. And also I'm a mathematics teacher and a mother.
Wow, that is a full schedule. Magda, and what are some of the competitions that you won so far?
I won European ADCC, also World Championships in grappling, World Championships in Jiu-Jitsu Nowaza, Europeans in IBJJF. I got second place on World Pro in Abu Dhabi, so it's a very important competition. Sure. And a lot of another important medals.
Which one has been the most memorable for you? The one that you are the most proud of?
I think I am proud of every competition, sure, because even if I lose, I learn something, and then I'm more focused. I want to more fight, but I think that the most important, not important, but the most what I was so happy, it was ADCC Europeans.
Wow, how was that like?
It was like amazing, and also I was thinking that I will go to the World Championships, ADCC, because every trials, if you win, you go to World Championships, but for female division, it's only second trials. It was first trials, so I didn't go because it was first trials, and then I was so sad.
Yeah, okay, but so you are just so proud of just taking part and took the gold in the ADCCs, right?
Europeans, yeah.
European, that is amazing. Magda, this is just kind of like a retelling of the story, but can we go back at the beginning, like right at the beginning? And, we were talking about earlier about how you got started, that you are also a runner.
Yes.
That you do the 400 hurdles or something like that?
Yes, 400 hurdles and 100 hurdles.
Okay. And so how did you get started in Jiu-Jitsu? What was that like? I mean...
I had a lot of friends in my primary school. So it was a long time ago, and they invited me for the competition. So I said, okay, let's see, I'm gonna see this competition. And then I saw a lot of nice people, nice guys, and then I saw a coach. And I knew him before from my previous work, because I used to work in dentists when I was 15 years old.
Oh, wow, you were a dentist assistant, like?
Yes, like a dentist assistant, yes.
Cool.
And so I asked him if I can come for the training, just to see, if I will like it, because it's a much different than another sport, because you are connected, you are close to each other, and I wanted to try. So he said, yes, no problem, let's come. And then when I came first time, I fall in love in this sport.
Okay. So we talked a little bit earlier. You told me that the beginning was really rough, because we're talking about 17 years.
Uh-huh.
So you were telling me also Poland was very different 17 years ago. And you were saying the training was really rough.
Of course.
Especially because there were no girls in Jiu-Jitsu, and also the place.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me?
Yes.
Because I really love that story.
Yes, the places were so bad. I think nobody could train now in this kind of places. Oh, really? It was so dirty, cold. or hot in the summertime because it was bunker.
Yeah, the bunkers.
Yes.
You treated a bunker.
Yeah. So we didn't have a shower, so it was only like a one place where the water was dropping. Yes, so it was like, oh, you cannot even imagine because now we are in beautiful gyms, and it's much different. I think that's why we didn't have too much girls, because if the girls came to the training, they saw the conditions, and they didn't want to stay, you know. So, you know, I was a different, and my few friends who stayed there were also different. Like, I don't know, maybe we were a little bit tough or something like this, that we say, okay, doesn't matter, we just want to do it. But I don't know if I if I could put my son or my daughter to this kind of places. Yes, yes. Now they have a beautiful gym, but a long time ago it was so bad.
Magda, so, you know, do you think that plays a factor? Because, for example, you know, like, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is mostly a men's kind of sport. And so when you started, it was all these hard conditions, but why did you stay there? I mean, why go through all that pain to be in Jiu-Jitsu? I mean, I know you fell in love, but, you know, do you think that's also a reason why other girls don't participate, because it's a man thing and only dudes can live in that situation, or it's something else?
Of course, it's something else. It's like a psychologist, you know, because I was grow without father.
Okay.
So like every man's like who was like a coach, maybe I felt like I want to be closer because of this. You know, still I am on the therapy. So I need to discover, you know, because there is a lot of things, a lot of connections, why we started, why we are doing something. Of course, it's not only love. For sure, I love Jiu-Jitsu, I love to train. This is my passion, and I cannot imagine even one day without Jiu-Jitsu, thinking or watching or doing, you know. But of course, on the beginning, it was something different. And also, I always wanted to be tired, you know. I always wanted to do something. And when I was trying track and field, I couldn't be that much tired like on Jiu-Jitsu on beginning. When I felt this, like, tired.
Yeah, it frustrated.
Yes. It was, like, you know, I love it. Yeah, I love it. I was saying, oh my God, I'm so tough. I can do it more. It was a lot of things in my mind in this time when I was, especially when I was so young. I was 15 years old, so, you know, like a teenager, and I'm so happy that I started to do the sport like in professional, because for teenager there is a lot of another opportunities.
Yeah,
You know.
that's also.
But I was so focused on this, and I didn't go to the party. I didn't go for dates or for nothing like this. I was just focused on sport, and I'm really grateful, you know, and I appreciate that I did it.
Okay, Magda, I really like that what you said about connectivity. And to be honest, this is why I'm doing Coffee Talk. Actually, my dad was working in the United States all the time, so I grew up with my mom, right? So I never actually kind of had that much conversation with my dad. And then when I moved to the United States with my father and my mother, and the whole family was together, then I was around the age when I had to leave. So my parents were living in a small town, and then they moved to, then I moved to the university, which is in Seattle, which is a little bit far away. And then I moved and traveled around the world. So I never had a conversation with my dad. But over the times that I went back to Wenatchee, where I am from, or where I grew up, my dad knows that I love coffee, and I love making coffee. So he's like, hey, are you going to make cafecito? And that just usually meant that we're going to sit down and have a conversation. And that, to me, was the only time that I had this opportunity to really get a conversation with my dad and, you know, just kind of explore, like, just have a really, like, like a completely, like, unscripted, no agenda with my dad. And so it really resonates for me, connectivity. But anyway, that's my...
But this story is beautiful. You see, it's always it's something deep, you know, deeper. Yeah, that it's not only one thing. There is a lot of ways to go to one place.
Now let's talk about you as a competitor, Magda. What is the mindset of a competitor? Like, what makes a competitor like you?
You know, it's hard to say because I'm trying to be like 100% athlete, like 100% competitor, but of course I have also a different life. Like I have to work, I have to take care of you, like, and to do another things. But when I can compete, the way before competing, I'm focused a lot. I'm training a lot, and of course you have to think about the fights. Like it's working for me. I'm thinking about the fights. I'm thinking about the about the opponent, but about my movements. And on the training, I'm trying to do the techniques, the movements, what I really know. I don't learn new movements before competition. Um, mm,
So basically, what you're doing, you just rehearsing, by going along your movements, making sure that everything is in the right place, that you're not making mistakes, that you are that you are not compromising too much on anything.
sure, yes, I'm trying to do like this, but sometimes, of course, I have to fight only for the position. Like I'm giving some position and trying to remove from the position. But like the 2 last weeks, it's the most important for me to focus just on the submission and on the position, like to keep the position. If I'm on top, I'm staying on top. I'm not going, I'm not risk to do something. I'm just going. I'm just staying on top. If I'm on bottom, I'm trying to sweep. I'm trying to submit.
Have you done so? There's this conversation about coaching and coaches. Can you is it are coaches very important in competition, and what role do they play?
Of course, it's very important. Actually, I never had a coach like 100% of coach. Uh, And I knew that if I could have a coach, it could be much better for me because you knew somebody behind your back, somebody who believe in you, somebody who can correct your small mistake, because sometimes it's just small mistake. When I'm traveling and I'm learning from like a black belt or learning from really good coaches, they can see like small things what I can correct, and if I correct this, even on the training, it's much different, But jiu-jitsu isn't like Olympic sport or something. So there is really hard to find coach who will be dedicated, who will teach you, who will give you like everything what you need, because he is not getting money for this. There is no
Like an organization,
organization. Yes,
like a body, like official body that sponsors.
exactly. Yes. And also in jiu-jitsu, now it's growing because now you can get more money because of jiu-jitsu. But before you always had to pay. You want to go to Europeans, you pay. You want to go to World Championships, you pay. You want to go to Polish Championships, you pay a lot. You didn't have a sponsor before. But now it's a little bit better, but still it's so hard, for a lot of competitors. And I knew that there was a lot of people who were so good, but they had to stop because of the money.
That is so sad.
Yes.
And talking about this, about the sport, for me, what's intriguing about champions and just people who dedicate their lives to something is that they are very resilient. For example, you started practicing jiu-jitsu, like when it was not called jiu-jitsu, and then also you became a champion, or you won some competitions then. But this is traditionally a men's sport, so there isn't very many. At least this is what I observed, that there isn't very many women at least in the gyms. Maybe more, but I mostly see that if you want to be a competing lady or woman, you need to with dudes. What is that like?
Huh. In my opinion, you need to find balance. You have to fight with men and you have to fight with female because if you don't fight with female, you cannot compete like in the high level. Of course, on the beginning you can compete, you can fight only with men, but when you are high level competitor, you need females. You need to feel how they are fighting. You need to feel because female fighting in different way. They are more aggressive. They are more like going through. They're totally different. Like the flexibility, everything is different. And the men sometimes when they see she's close to pass some position, sometimes they are giving the position. Yeah.
So you think that there's a possibility that you can get some bad habit just because you get men who are they're stronger than you, so they cannot give you the position, and that's bad for competition.
Sure, of course, it's not at every guys they are giving position. Like a lot of guys they say, you are fighting like a man, so I will fight, like a man with you because you are tough. You are, Yes, of course, I'm giving my best. I know that years before maybe I was much stronger or something, but now I add a lot of new things to my game, to my training, and I'm training more smarter. I don't train with big guys because they can injure me. Before I didn't care. I said, okay, I'm gonna fight with everybody, but now I take care more about these kind of things. Yeah.
So, now, Amanda, what is it that, for example, what is it that you do before competition? How did you prepare yourself, especially when you're a busy person?
Mm-hmm.
Because something like you say, there's part of the training. Of course, you have to be focused on task, and the way I understand, you have a game plan, we have our understanding of what is it that you need to work on. But what is it about the mindset? Like, how do you train? Because they said a high level competition mindset is important.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean to you? Like to have a good mindset for competition?
You have to believe in yourself. This is the most important thing. If you don't believe, you shouldn't go to fight. You have to be prepared for everything, And also, everything can happen during the fight. Like you can break your arms, you can, this is sport, this is normal. And of course, it can happen everything. So the most important thing, in my opinion, is believe. Believe in your game, believe in yourself, believe in your strength. If you are prepared good, like you did your work, of course, sometimes you cannot do everything. Many times I won competition, but I was like, oh my God, I didn't do everything because I had to work, I had to take care of baby. But my mindset was stronger. Like, okay, anyway, I love to do it, and I will do it, But for sure, I'm feeling much, much better when I'm completely prepared,
Okay. Do you and so in the United States, they always talk a lot like sports psychology and all this stuff. Is this something that you also do? You have your sports psychologist, or you have this the good old all this blood of?
I think I changed a lot when Julek was born. My son was born. Okay. Because I didn't care too much. Like what can be more harder than taking care of baby and then give the birth. Yeah, what can be harder? Like I said, oh my God, I just want to go and fight, but I will not focus too much about result. It was, before. Now, of course, I focus because I want to be the best. I want to win. But in this time, I had this kind of deep breath because before my son was born, I was all the time scared. I don't want to fight on the competition. I love Jiu-Jitsu, but I don't want to fight on the competition. And before stepping the mat, I was like, oh my gosh, what I'm doing here. this is not for me. And sometimes I was crying. I said, I don't want. But after this, I started to have like amazing fun, you know. When I'm going there, I'm happy. I cannot wait for next fight. I cannot wait to go to the mat and to just do it what I really love.
That is really cool. Magda, when you were in the competition, do you have any really memorable matches that you remember? Any cool stories or something that changed your life during or that inspired you during the competition?
Yeah, I think yes. One fight I had in Abu Dhabi, I was a purple belt, I think, and she was, because it was purple, brown, and black, and it was she was, I think, purple and brown, but she had a lot of achievements. Like she was few times world champion. She was from Marcelo Academy, Marcelo Garcia, yeah, and she was so good. And I had a fight with her, and it was 4-4 on the points, and then I tried to go, I think, for triangle. Yes, I think I catch her in triangle or omoplata. I don't remember now. And in this time, the fight nobody recorded.
Oh, what? Really?
Yes, it was 2013, I think. And I won because of the advantage. And yes, and after that, I had another fight. But the girl was worst, and she won with me only because advantage. Because I don't know why I was so scared. And then after this fight, I came back home and I said, "Oh my God, I want this girl. She's so good. She's winning a lot." And I started to believe in myself because on the training, I always believed, and everybody said, "Oh, you are so good. Oh, you are going to kick them ass. You know, you are going to win the competition. You are going to be a world champion." But I think they put too much pressure. But not they didn't. I took this pressure. I felt this pressure. They did well, of course. They wanted to, to make me grow. But for this, I wasn't prepared. And I think that there is a place for everything. You're gonna be prepared when, the universe will send you the signal.
That's right. Magda, how did you, like Jiu-Jitsu is a very strong kind of game. When you're in a tough situation, how do you overcome it? Because when you're in trouble, there's a lot of, let's say so there's a lot of position when you are close to being done and you are about to give up.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I never think to give up. Never, even in bad position. Always, not always, but mostly with my now coach, Paweł Mistewicz. He's very good in mount position, and if I am in this position, I'm thinking shit again. I have to run away. But it's so hard, He's so good. He used to learn mount position from Roger Gracie, so he's so good in this. But I never want to give up. Never. No, never.
What if something breaks even?
Then it happens. But what can happen? No way, nobody will break, Of course I tap if something, it's close, but but I will never give up if I'm in mount or in the side control or something. I just want to go out from this position. I'm trying a lot. Sometimes.
Okay, let's take a little break.
And this segment is brought to you by
MCoff.
Yes, very good.
Let's go back to giving up, right? So let's say you're caught on a real naked choke, and there's this saying I'll pass out before.
No, it depends.
Really?
Of course, on the competition, if it's like a world champion final, I couldn't tap.
You pass out first.
Yes, I could tap only if something happened with my arm or my leg, because then I cannot train. But if something like a choke, okay, I can go sleep for a while.
What learnings do you have from like we talk about champions as if they never lose, or as if they never have setbacks, as if they are some kind of magic unicorn. But is that the case? Do champions lose, or what is a champion to you?
Huh. You know, maybe if I could be the person who never lost, I could say, oh yes, this is the kind of person. This is the kind of champion. But you know, when I was fighting, and when I'm looking about all my career, about my life, about my lifestyle, I'm feeling like a champion because I'm doing a lot of things and still I can have time for my baby, my son, sorry, you look, you are not a baby anymore. He always say, I'm not a baby. So I can still have have a time with him. I can still compete on the high level and got the medals. I can still have a life like a work because, as I said, I'm a mathematics teacher. So I can call myself like a champion in these kind of things, you know. Of course, I wish just to train and to say, yes, I am champion, I'm winning all the competition. But, you know, if we are talking about, it's hard, you know, because if we are talking about life and this kind of things, for me, the most important thing is this, like when that you can compare. You can do it together. This
Okay, you can combine.
Combine these things. But also for the champions, I'm a little bit not jealous, but I can say they are champions because they make the life that they can only train. This is also a champion for me. So I cannot say like he's a champion because he's just training, he's just winning, or she, like me, she's a champion because she can combine everything.
Will you have any time when you were like you were so pumped up to win, then you lost?
Mm-hmm.
What did you learn from that?
I think when I was blue belt or purple belt, I was trying to go to Abu Dhabi to win the trials, maybe 3 or 4 times, because my ex-husband, he was in this time brown belt, and he won and he got the ticket to go there. World Championships in Abu Dhabi, it was like you got the tickets, you got the fly.
Sponsored.
Yeah, not the spot. Like Abu Dhabi, the organization, they sponsor you. They sponsor the best athletes to go there for free to compete on the World Championships when they won the trials. It was years ago, and he already won, and he said, "Okay, now we are going to get your ticket." And we were in few different countries, and always I was second, and always I lost in the final. And I was so angry, I was so disappointed, and I said, why? I can't believe why it's like this, And I think the lesson for me, it was to be patient.
Okay.
Yes. To see then in the future, if I will still train, then I will got it.
I see. So I guess that the lesson there is to never give up.
Yes, that's true. But also, you have to know when it's time to give up, because sometimes you are fighting with yourself, and I think it's the topic for psychologists. Because I never had different sports. I had only track and field. But after this, I never had a different sport, what I really, really loved, and what I even trained. I even didn't ski, because of really. So yes, I was ski when I was on my first grade on the university. And after that, I stopped because I was afraid that something can happen of my knees. And I was really dedicated only for jiu-jitsu. And somebody asked, you are crazy. How you can do just jiu-jitsu? I said, no, I'm not crazy. I'm just falling in love.
You know, for me, it's like, I never been sporty. I always been kind of fluffy, right? But when I came to Poland, that's the first time I started doing sports. Because of the same thing, like, I was always afraid of breaking something, or, when I was, like you said, it's a topic for the psychology.
Yes.
But when I was, I was too sheltered, right? Like, my mom was always, had 5 children, and her job was to keep us all, from like breaking our legs or from anything. So it's kind of like, I learned the safe way. So, anything that doesn't hurt us, that's kind of like what it worked.
Yes, I'm trying to, I'm trying to show my son, like all the different sports. But of course, in my mind, I'm also afraid, but I have to let him go. I know that it's better way, best way, I think, because of course he can break his arm, he can do something, but I cannot put him to the,
To a little glass bowl.
yes.
Yes. I thought this is a really good segue into my next question. Because you are a teacher, maybe not, very within, not for children, for jiu-jitsu, but would you recommend, this is a question that I got from one of our friends. Do you recommend jiu-jitsu for children, and how early, and what does the training
You said I'm not a teacher for kids. I used to teach, oh my God, 7, 9 or 10 years kids. Also, I used to teach 2 years in Abu Dhabi. It's like obligatory. This is a sports for every kids in the schools. The Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, he did it. So, like, for them, it's really important, and they did it because the jiu-jitsu changed their life.
Oh, one with them.
I think it's really nice to train jiu-jitsu because, you are close each other. You know how to fall down. You know that you cannot use your strength when you are discussing with somebody. You know how to self-defense. Gymnastic, not like on the high level, but the front rolls, back rolls, like the basics gymnastics, because this is, yes, the mobility, this is on every trainings. You are making a friends. This is beautiful. And I can recommend, because, it's also my sport, so what can I say? No, I don't recommend.
What? Yeah, that's right. We should recommend. We recommend taking guys with Magda.
Everybody on training.
Magda, and how early should they start training?
They can start since 4 years old, but they are not listening too much. They all mostly it's like games. Knowing each other. They are, most of the kids, they are shy. They don't want to stay alone with parents. So, we are trying to take them to explain how it is. They can, play a lot. So it's like the best moment to be in this community.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Later the kids are more shy. The kids don't want, and of course, if the parents will push, nobody will like. The kids have to come. The kids have to see. Like my son, he doesn't like, and what can I do? I'm just playing with him at home. Then he loves it. He loves when we are coming together, and it's like obligatory. He knew that when he is coming with me on the mat, he has to fight 2 or 3 fights with me. I always say, come on, and then he has to do it.
Yeah, I think it's really nice to build a routine with the kids, because, for example, for me, like I said, we go back again to the psychology. For me, it's really, really nice to have a relationship with the topics, because I have a son that is 9 years old.
Yes.
So for me, like, the most interesting thing is that I have something to do with them together. For example, I come to the training, he goes to the training, he goes to his side, I go to my side. I ask him how did it go, how it went, and he tells me something he doesn't want to tell.
But normally it's a good routine to have some kind of connectivity.
Sure, but there is also a lot of parents, like coaches parents, or just normal parents who are coming for jiu-jitsu or coming for another sports, and they want to do the same for the kids. The kids sometimes don't like, So you have to see, you have to talk, you have to know your and listen your kids, because if they don't want, it's
hard.
yes. Even if you will push, then they after many years they will say, "Oh my God, why you push me for this?" Like I have a lot of friends. They had to go to music lesson. They had to play on piano. And one girl, she said, "I will never touch the piano."
Oh, well.
She had to play on piano like few hours, per day, going to the class. So because the mother, she push a lot. You have to, and you need to really listen your kids. And of course, it's not good to going today this one. Maybe say let's stay 1 month, and yes.
What is in the future for you? What plans do you have in your career? Because I know that right now you're getting ready for competition. What exciting plans do you have in your agenda?
Okay, actually, I don't like to say about my plans because I like to keep it for myself.
We keep it that.
But of course, I want to be the best, and I have few more years because of course I'm also getting old. But I want to do it in few more years to compete on the high level, to make a big progress, because I have a lot of spaces what I can correct, what I can do it better, because you can always get better. Especially in jiu-jitsu, you can learn a lot of new things every day. And my goal is to be the best, to compete a lot, to make a big progress, with my weight, with my strength, to check my body, because now I'm doing more gym, and I have a very good nutritionist.
Yes.
Krzysztof Nędzak. Yes, so I want to check how high my body can go, and of course I'm trying to find more places for training for myself, of course, because I'm teaching a lot, private classes, teaching a lot, normal classes and at school. So I'm trying to find a place for my training.
So are you? Because I know that you. So there's a reason why I say that I ask about your where you have future, because you still want to be competing. You want to still compete. I know that just recently you took a trip to the United States, to New York.
Yes.
Is this part of is this why you are also trying to with the boat to other places for more learning, more competition?
Of course, every places where I'm going, it's only for jiu-jitsu. I don't travel for fun. Actually, it's always when I'm traveling for jiu-jitsu. I'm trying to find the best places to learn more, to be the best competitor, to be better. So yeah, in United States I go to Murillo to train there, and I learn a lot. I felt like a different level. They have a very high level, like the competitors. So yeah, next stop will be in Italy. I'm going there for the camp.
Oh wow! Hey, Italy.
Yeah, with Baby Shark, Mika Gavao, and Fabrizio, and Roger Gracie, of course.
Wow.
Yes. So
the game.
yeah. So I'm going there. Also, I'm organizing my camps, MMA. So also there I am learning, because there's a lot of nice competitors, and not only competitors, like the people who train. But because not everybody who is competitor is very good,
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm a competitor, but I don't win.
Yeah. So, so yeah, and also I have a few more places But when I will book the tickets and everything, then I can say more,
That's really amazing.
And Brazil, of course.
Brazil.
Yeah, I want to go to Brazil.
That is cool.
Yes.
Well, there you have it, guys. Magda is, getting ready to bring it to the next level. But it's been a really amazing conversation. Thank you so much for giving me some of your time. Do you have any last minute, advice for people who are listening who might need some words of encouragement to do what they really love? Might be just sitting there contemplating to do something, but you're afraid to do it.
Just do it. And come for Jiu-Jitsu. It's really nice and fun, and you will get a lot of friends and a lot of fun.
All right. Well, again, Magda, thank you so much for being in the podcast.